Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese and welcome to this episode of the Ellison Education video series. You know, a stellar door design, it will shine brightly all through December. And we're going to look at the door behind me. This took like less than an hour to put together. If you look at it, you can see that it is just filled with stars, but the stars are positioned to create the shape of a holiday Christmas tree. And then there is one really special dimensional star on top. And we're going to start with how to create this. First, I cut out the extra large star and I have it sitting on the table because what I want to do first is I want to draw pencil lines from the tip of each point of the star to the juncture where the two legs meet directly across. Then you're just going to swivel the star and do the exact same thing. You just are going to repeat this process. When you've gone all the way around, you're going to have all the pencil lines that you need to be able to go back and cut some of these portions, which if you look at the table, you'll see I've already cut some out, and I'm going to use these to decorate the background star. Well, the background star is kind of created in a similar way. It's die cut with the same extra large shape, but instead of using a pencil, I've used my ruler, and in the exact same place, from the tip of each star to the juncture where the legs meet right across, you're going to lay this time the ruler, and instead of a pencil, I am going to use my scoring tool and I'm going to score. And I'm going to work my way around, do the same thing with this larger star. And after I've gone all the way around to all 5 tips of the star, you'll have all of the scoring places that you need on this star. If they're not really obvious now, they're going to be because I'm going to fold. So what you want to do is you want to fold on every one of those score lines. So it's going to fold the star in half and then open it up, turn it from a different position. You're folding it in half again. Instead of using construction paper for this particular star, I used cardstock. So having those score marks makes it a lot easier to know exactly how to fold right down the middle of each one of the tips of this star. When you've done all of the folds, they were all done the same direction, either all valley or all mountain folds. But now I'm going to go back and I'm going to just reverse every place that there is this shorter fold line. I'm going to leave this as a mountain and I'm going to valley fold that one little spot and then leave the mountain and valley fold, leave the mountain and valley fold. I'm just working my way around once again, the same star. I'm going to valley fold in those last 2 little sections. And quickly and easily, you get a really beautiful star. Well, at this point, you're just going to go back then, place adhesive on these other little sections that you've already cut. And because it's been cut from the same die, they're going to align perfectly. You just work your way around the design so that you end up basically every other section of the star design will remain the darker color yellow and every other section will be this lighter yellow, and it really gives it a beautiful dimension. So when I place the final one, now I didn't put very much adhesive on this. You would do nice solid adhesive, so you would have a nice really cool looking star with adhesive all the way to the tips. Because you've gone to the trouble to make it dimensional, if you flatten it to put it back on the door, you lose some of that dimension. So what I did was I just took these foam dots and I layered several of these right down in the middle. So I'm going to peel off the backing and just start to build the dimension that I want for this star. And I think I maybe did 4 or 5 layers. It's completely up to you how many you want to put. It depends how much dimension you want this star to have. When it's got as much dimension as you want, the final one, then you'll peel the backing off, and if I put this on the door, you'll see how it's going to go right like this. Okay, in order to get the shape of the tree, it's easier than you might think. What I did is I took and I put a push pin directly in the middle. I took my tape measure and found the center of the door, and these two yarns are just twisted around the push pin. The push pin is stuck into the door. You could use tape as well. And then just use these to lay down a straight line on both sides of the door. And then once you have this line, use this as placement for where you're going to place all of these stars. Now, the stars that I have, as I mentioned, they're just solid, bright colors, but it's going to have a whole lot more personality when you give it to the kids, and they're going to actually decorate all of those stars. You know, decorating your door for the holidays, it can be as simple as handing out stars and letting each child decorate their own for a really tremendous design.